Hey, third grade. Today, we are going to be continuing with area, okay? And we're going to move on to area of composite figures, okay? I'm going to show you what a composite figure is and how we find the area of that. And I'm going to also just review what we've been doing for the past 2 days, okay? So, this is a composite figure. It is composed of 2 or more figures, all right? And so what we have been finding is the area of rectangles, all right? We've been finding the area of rectangles. So when we've been finding the area of rectangles, we've been multiplying the length times the width, all right? So this has a length of 5 centimeters, and this has a length of 3 centimeters, okay? So I would multiply 5 times 3, area equals 15, okay? It's really simple here, all right, because there's only one thing that you're trying to find the area of. Now, in a shape like this, there are multiple ways that you could find the area of this whole figure, okay? If I wanted to find the area of this figure, now, we also have our units, okay? But we're not always going to have the units. Sometimes you will see a composite figure that looks like this. And I'm going to model one of these in a second, okay? But there are multiple ways that you could break this up, and there's not a right way or a wrong way as long as you're finding the area of the combined figure, all right? So if I wanted to, I could break up my figure like this, all right? And then I could do one right here. So I would have 3 figures. 1, 2, and 3. So I would find the area of this figure, and this figure, and then I would add them all together to find the area of the whole thing. Or you could split it like that. So I would find the area of this figure, and then find the area of this figure, and add the 2 products together to get the sum of of the area of the whole figure, okay? So because this is easy and I like it, I just want to use as least number of figures as possible. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to break my figure up into 2 different rectangles, all right? My first rectangle, that's 3 units. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 units. All right. My second figure has 1, 2, 3 units. Times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. All right. So I could sit here and count each unit. That would be very acceptable. Or I can multiply because I know these multiplication facts. So 3 times 10, which equals 30. And then, so this has an area of, or this should say 3 units times 10 units is 30 square units. All right? So then I'm gonna find the area for this one. 3 units times 7 units equals 21 square units. Okay? So now I'm going to take 30 square units and 21 square units and add them together. All right? 0 plus 1 is 1. 30 plus 20 is 50. 50 plus 1 equals 51. So the combined area of this figure in square units is 51 square units. All right? Okay? So let's do one more like that. I'm going to demonstrate one more that has your, that has the units or your little squares that you could use to count, okay? Remember, you're not always going to have that, or sometimes you're only going, sometimes you're only going to have the outside with squares, okay? And I do not recommend you drawing in lines to create that grid, to create the rest of the squares. In that case, I really think it's best that you multiply, because our lines get messy and we just mess up. And so it's best if we are multiplying. If it gives you all of them, by all means, go ahead and count them, okay? If you wanted to, if you saw this and you just wanted to sit here and count them, that is perfectly acceptable too. But I'm showing you this because it's really important that we know how to decompose this figure so we can find the area of each rectangle and then combine those areas together to get the total area of the whole figure, okay? So here I'm going to break it up like this. So here's one figure and here's the other, all right? And this is 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2 units times 5 units. Let's do this one. 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, don't forget your corner one counts for your length and your width. So you have to count your corner one 2 times. So this counted for 1 here, 1, 2, and it also counts for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? This one counts for 1, 2, 3, but it also counts for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's really, really important that we remember that, okay? So 5 units times 2 units equals 10 square units. And then 3 units times 7 units equals 21 square units. And then we're going to add 10 plus 21 equals, and I'm going to draw my base 10 blocks. So here's a 10 plus 21, which equals, I have 1, 1, 1, and 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3. 3 ones. So 31 square units. All right? Okay. Now let's look at this one. Okay? This one, we don't have the units drawn in. So we have to use multiplication to solve this one. Also, let me go back to this one really quickly. If you wanted to, if you just wanted to count these, that would also be acceptable, okay? But again, I'm going to say this again. I really want us to know how to multiply because we don't always have this, all right? So let's just count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay? And it equals to the same thing. All right, now let's look at this one. Because it gives me a length and a width and a length and a width, I am going to decompose my figure right there. Okay, so this is going to be 3 centimeters times 2 centimeters. This is going to be 6 centimeters times 2 centimeters. All right? So my first one, 3 centimeters times 2 centimeters equals 6 square centimeters. My second one, 6 centimeters times 2 centimeters equals 12 square centimeters. Okay? So then I'm going to add these together. Okay? And I'm going to do 12 plus 6 equals, and I'm going to do a 10 and 2 ones. plus 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 110, which is 18. So the answer here is 18 square centimeters. All right? The reason that I didn't break this one up going right here, you could have done that, but you would have had to figure out your length here, okay? That would have been acceptable. If you would have gone this way, that would have been acceptable, and that would have been okay. Okay, all right? So it would have been that one, and then that one, okay? Here, we know that it is 2. And if this whole thing down here is 6, and this top part is 3, that means that this part right here is 3. So that would have been 2 times 3, okay? This one would have been 3, because it gives you 3, times, and you need to find this side. So you have 2 here and 2 here, which is 4. You would have gotten 12 and 6, which still equals 18, okay? So there were different ways that you could have broken up your rectangle or your figure. You could have decomposed your figure, but I did it the first way because it already gave me my length and my width, my length and my width. And that was just easier for me to do that kind of math, okay? I didn't have to go figure out anything else on this problem. All right? So that is how you find the area of composite figures, and you're decomposing them, okay? I'm not going to solve this problem, but I want to talk about it really quickly. Kyle drew rectangles A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, and D. Which rectangle has an area of 21 square units? So you would have to find the area of A, you need to find the area of B, the area of C, and the area of D, okay? This has 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times 4. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So that is how you would find the area of this one. Okay, that's how you would solve this problem. You have to find the area of each one and then determine which one has an area of 21 square units. Okay? Remember, if you guys are still not understanding, it's really important that you're hopping on office hours, you're attending virtual small groups if you're a virtual learner, and if you're an in-person learner, that you're paying attention during small groups, okay? So if you still need some help, please, please, please hop on during virtual office hours from 2:40 to 3:30, and I know that Ms. Mays would be more than happy to help you if you're one of our students, and I would be more than happy to help you if you are one of my students, okay? Let me know if you guys have any questions or run into any problems. Have a great rest of your day.